Hi, and welcome to Thrive Thursday. Every Thursday, I share a recipe on my YouTube channel here with recipes that you can make using Thrive Life freeze-dried ingredients. So next week is Thanksgiving, and this week, the recipes I'm going to be making are pies. Yay! Normally I just do one recipe a week, but since it's a pie, we're gonna actually make two different pies today. I'm gonna show you two different techniques that you can do to make two different types of pie. Strawberries are on sale this month, so great time to grab some strawberries. There's so many things you can do with them, but you can use any type of fruit to make these pies. So I'm actually gonna make one peach and one strawberry because those are my family's favorites. But you can do any type of fruit that your family prefers. And Thrive has a good selection of some really, really delicious fruits. So I'm going to go ahead and tilt this down and show you the process. But really quick, I just wanted to say, please like and subscribe. That definitely helps my channel and is great feedback for me. I love the comments and likes and stuff. So that would be fantastic if you take just a second and do that. That would be great. All right, let me tilt this down and I will show you how easy these pies are to make. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is get 1 cup of water boiling. So you can heat it up in the microwave, or the stovetop is sometimes just more efficient. And so 1 cup of water, and you're gonna add 1 large package of Jell-O. And again, you can use any flavor. Now I did peach Jell-O because I'm making a peach pie. But if you want to do strawberry Jell-O, lemon Jell-O, lime Jell-O, grape Jell-O, you can do whatever flavor Jell-O you want here. So the key is to make sure your water is boiling and really, really hot, because that's what's going to dissolve the gelatin. So once you get that mixed in and scraped off the bottom of the pan a little bit, now it's time to add your freeze-dried fruit. So again, I'm doing peaches. So I'm going to measure out 2 cups of peaches, and that measurement's going to be the same regardless of any fruit that you use. And so just add that right into your Jell-O. Now, as the peaches are in the Jell-O is going to set up and the peaches are going to rehydrate, and it's going to be amazing. Remember, when it comes to freeze-dried foods, they reconstitute faster. The hotter the water is, the faster they reconstitute and rehydrate. So with this being boiling water, it's going to happen faster than it would if it was cold water. So, but we're making a pie and we want it to set up. So I'm going to add about 5 or 6 ice cubes. And what that's going to do is that's just going to kind of help this Jell-O cool down a little bit and help it set up. And because you don't want to put it in too soon into your pie crust, especially because I'm using a graham cracker crust. And this is just a pre-made. You could make your own if you want to make your own, or if you prefer traditional pie crust, you can always use those. I just prefer the graham cracker ones. But the thing is you don't want this to sit in your crust for too long, because essentially it'll make the crust soggy. So you want it to be fairly cooled off so that when you put it in the pie crust, it's going to set up fairly fast, and that way your crust won't get soggy. So now that we have this and we've got the ice, you're just giving it enough time for that ice to kind of melt down, and that'll cool things off a little bit. And you'll notice as it cools off, it'll start to get thick, because using only 1 cup of water, we used far less than the required amount for typical Jell-O, for the Jell-O recipe. But we are also going to add some Cool Whip. And so now that the ice cubes are all melted, we're going to go ahead and add our Cool Whip. The Cool Whip is totally optional. Now, if you don't add the Cool Whip, I would recommend adding probably another 3/4 cup of water. But since I had the Cool Whip, what it does is it just makes it a little creamier and helps it look more like a pie than so much just peaches and Jell-O in a crust. So you're going to add about 1 cup to even 1.5 cups of Cool Whip and put it right into the peaches and Jell-O. And since it's still pretty hot, that Cool Whip's also going to help cool it down. But the Cool Whip will melt right into this Jell-O and just combine really nicely. And so again, that just adds kind of a creaminess to it. Makes them like peaches and cream pie, basically, is what we're getting at this point. And again, you could do this with blueberries, you could do this with strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, any of your favorite fruit you could turn into a pie using this same technique. And you just mix it all together. Once that Cool Whip has all melted and incorporated into the peaches and the Jell-O, it's good to go. And just pour it right into your crust. So and it's kind of hard to tell in the video, but it was starting to thicken up a little bit. At this point, I could tell it was cooling down enough that it was starting to get thick. So now we're just going to put it in the refrigerator to let it set up just like you would normal Jell-O. You don't want to put the lid on it because it is warm and it's steamy still, so you want it to be exposed to the air so that it'll set up completely. And now time for pie number 2. This one is going to be a strawberry yogurt pie. So we're going to use a lot more of that Cool Whip, probably about 3 to 4 cups of the Cool Whip. And then from here, we're going to add about 1 cup of yogurt. So I'm doing vanilla yogurt because I just thought it'd be nice to do kind of a strawberries and cream type pie. So again, we're going to add 2 cups of our Thrive Live freeze-dried strawberries. And again, you can use any combination of yogurt and fruit that you want. That's what makes these so amazing, is because they're so easy to do. And you can make so many different varieties using essentially the same ingredients and mix it up a little bit. So we have our Cool Whip, our yogurt, and our strawberries, and that's it. These strawberries will rehydrate in the Cool Whip and yogurt as it sets up. Now this pie is a freezer pie. The yogurt pie, it's not one that you're going to have just like this because it'd be a little runny. It'd still taste amazing, but a little on the runny side. So to get this pie to firm up a little bit, we're gonna put it in the freezer. This one doesn't, obviously it's going to the freezer, so we don't have to let it sit in the bowl or anything like that, like we did for the Jell-O one, to cool off. So this one's pretty much ready to go. Now in the freezer, you want to freeze this pie about at least 2 to 4 hours. You can freeze it overnight. You can't freeze it too long necessarily, but to get it fully set up, you want to freeze it for about 2 to 4 hours. And then if it's really frozen, 4 hours or more, you probably want to pull it out and let it sit on the counter for maybe 10-15 minutes before you serve it. Or if it's Thanksgiving Day, you can put it in your fridge maybe a half hour before you serve it. And that'll keep it nice and cold, but it won't be icy and ice creamy when you're eating it and cutting into it. But it's super easy. Obviously, if you added a different type of yogurt, like if I had done strawberry or something, it wouldn't necessarily be white. It would have a pretty color. You could even do this with like key lime pie. The key lime pie yogurt, that'd make it pretty green. You can do peach. You can do any of the berry pies. There's so many different varieties. And it tastes amazing every time. It really doesn't get much easier than this recipe. And so that's it. Once it's in the pie crust, this one you do want to put the lid on it because it's going in the freezer. You're not worried about it hot, or it's more, the lid is more about protecting the pie at this point. And you could also put some of the fruit on top if you wanted, some of the little your freeze-dried fruit. The freeze-dried fruit on top wouldn't necessarily reconstitute, but it'd just look pretty and give it a little bit of a crunch like the crust. So go ahead and pop that in the freezer. A few hours later, here they go. Here they are. Our Jell-O pie is totally set up. Now, because the fruit is a little gummy and the Jell-O is a little gummy, I used a knife to cut the pie slice, and that really was the easiest way. It wasn't going to cut with my pie cutter. So your pie is good to go. You can put Cool Whip on top of it or serve it as is. Just this would be a fun summer pie as well. Just nice and cool and refreshing with that Jell-O. And I'll show you in the video here in a minute. This Jell-O pie does really neat layers as it sets up. It's really kind of cool, and it shows the creaminess and the Jell-O layers from the Cool Whip and the Jell-O. It's kind of neat the way it separates as it cools. And then you have your yogurt pie, which is semi-frozen at this point and fairly easy to scoop out. Ta-da! And that's it. Woo! Better not let my pie slide off the plate. Okay, the longest part about this recipe was letting them set up in the fridge and freezer. So we have our peach pie made with Jell-O and the Thrive Life peaches. Again, you can use any fruit. You could do blueberry, raspberry, blackberry, strawberry, any of the fruits. And then just do the same fruit flavored Jell-O, and super easy. And then our yogurt pie, same thing. Now I used vanilla yogurt, but you could use the flavored yogurt if you want. I could have done the strawberry yogurt. It would have made it more of a pinkish color, would have added more color to it. I just wanted the vanilla flavor for this one. But again, raspberry yogurt and freeze-dried raspberries, blueberries, whatever you want. You could do lemon yogurt with freeze-dried blueberries and like a blueberry lemon. I might have to make that next week. That would be way good. Okay, my mouth is watering just thinking about these and trying them. So let's try and see. Now, I didn't let these set up super long. It's been maybe 2 hours. Ideally, you probably want about 4 hours. So if you make them in the morning on Thanksgiving Day or the day before, that's perfect. So the frozen one for the yogurt pie, you want to take it out of the freezer and put it in your fridge for maybe 30 minutes or so, or just have it on the counter for about 10 minutes before you cut into it. That's good. So, because I use the vanilla is like super creamy and kind of like a strawberries and cream, which is what I was going for. You don't get a lot of the strawberry flavor until you start to chew the strawberries, but they've rehydrated in that, like I didn't rehydrate them, right? I just added them in dry. They rehydrated in the Cool Whip and the yogurt. And so really good. Okay, I better try this other one. So I try them both. And the fun one, so if you look at that peach one, see if I can get a good layer. See how the bottom layer is a little more clear and the top? That's one of the fun things that happens with Jell-O when you add Cool Whip to it. As it sets up, it will kind of separate like that. And it's really pretty if you do it in like a Jell-O mold or anything. It sets up so pretty and it almost gives this ombre look to it. It's really cool, but the Cool Whip just adds a little bit of a creaminess to it. So that was a big bite. Okay. It's good. Sorry, that was a big bite. Woo! Oh, got a strong peach flavor. You know, sometimes you get, woo, that little bite of that peach was a little sour. Every once in a while you get a sour one. That was pretty good. I think I prefer the other one, but they're both good. Actually, the peach one has more flavor, probably because you have all that flavor with the Jell-O too. If I did the strawberry yogurt in this one, it'd probably have a lot stronger strawberry flavor, but I didn't want that. Of the two, I think I like this yogurt one better. So good. Okay. Try this out. Tell me what you think in the comments. I've got little kids here eagerly awaiting to be taste testers. So I'm gonna let them try some. But I hope you enjoy these quick and easy pie recipes for Thanksgiving next week. And be sure to like and subscribe and watch every Thursday. I share a different recipe you can make with Thrive Life ingredients. And if you want to purchase any of these ingredients, you can click on the link below in the video description and that'll take you to my website, as well as the printable recipes will all be on my blog as well, so you can print them out and remember them forever. Thanks for watching. See you next week. There you go. Which one's your favorite?
The Jell-O one.
You like the Jell-O one, the peach one? Mm-hmm. What do you like about that one?
I like the Jell-O, kind of. Like a shotgun. Yeah.
A Shopkin?
Well, like the Jell-O-y part, the pink part, in the middle.
Uh-huh.
It looks like inside one of the Shopkins.
The toys?
Mm-hmm. You can see
So it's like eating one of your toys?
Mm-hmm. Basically.
Do you like eating your toys?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. You just like the resemblance. Which one's your favorite, Addie?
I like the yogurt.
You like the white one, the yogurt one, the strawberry?
Yep.
What do you like best about that one?
Well, mainly because of I think whipped cream and the strawberries. I like. Well, that's basically all that's inside it. But yeah, I like those.
Good. Do you think people should make these? Should we make some for Thanksgiving next week?
Yeah.
Okay.